from what perspective do you see yourself? Doing something and it being joyful, you doing it in a manner in which you love. Marriage is a very, very difficult relationship, probably the most difficult relationship in the human existence, right? Hey everybody, it's Red Taylor here, and I've got a big old favor to ask of you. If you would, go down and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also please share this episode with someone that you care about. Man, that would mean the absolute world to me. You never know, it could mean the world to them as well. So thanks a million, and please enjoy the show. Hey everybody, it's Red Taylor again with the Red Hot Read, and I wanted to talk to you today about something that's very, very important to me, and I think it's important to all of us because in our lives, we all experience failure, right? Every one of us experience setbacks, and so much of our success and our achievement and accomplishments in life is determined upon how we deal and handle those failures and setbacks. And so what my hope today is to be able to give you a set of tools and ideas that can help us to handle our failures in life. I've been a self-employed entrepreneur now for almost 25 years, and I can promise you that I experience failures and setbacks on damn near a daily basis, okay? You know, a lot of times I'll walk out of the office in the afternoon and I feel like I've just been punched in the gut all day long. Door slammed in my face, roadblocks put in front of me, and you know, it's easy for me to get down. It's easy for me to become insecure, to second guess myself, and to say that I'm not good enough. I wasn't built for this. And, you know, I'm doing all of this stuff wrong. And, you know, I'm second guessing myself. And there's so many people out there better. But those are all disempowering thoughts. And they're not a set of ideals that are going to lead me towards excellence, that are not going to allow me to chase the greatness that I believe that I've been called to chase and to achieve the success and the accomplishments that I want to achieve. And so one of the first things that I've learned how to do and that I keep prominent in my mindset is I want to learn how to reframe failure in my mind, okay? So in other words, when I have a setback or when I do something, when I screw it up, okay? Because look at me, I'm going to screw stuff up, all right? I'm just going to tell you that right now, okay? I am going to mess it up. So I need an internal representation on how I frame the failure. And what I've learned to do is to be is to accept grace in that and say, man, yes, I messed it up, but instead of saying I failed, I lost, I suck, I'm not good enough, I'm going to learn to reframe that as I'm learning lessons. You know, just last night I sat down on the couch with my wife Stephanie, and we were talking about some of the things that we were doing. And I look, man, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and I said, babe, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. You know, I'm trying to grow my business. I'm trying to scale my business, and I'm reinventing myself at the age of 51 years old after being really blessed and successful for a long time into this whole world of digital marketing, okay? And I'm telling you guys, it is not easy. And I am suffering a lot more losses than I am wins right now. And you know, I was frustrated and I was a little down, and, you know, I just sat down. I told Steph, I said, man, Steph, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't know if it's the right thing for me to be doing. And she's like, babe, you're just learning. You've got this. You're good at it. Okay. You're just learning valuable lessons every single day and every time. Okay. And that was an absolute godsend to be able to hear that from her, because it is the mental frame and, you know, of the mindset that I have learned to utilize to be successful over the years. And so thankfully, she was there for me to be able to pour that good positivity and reframing back into me, that I'm just learning. I'm gaining valuable insights with every step, with every move, with every process. And what I know is that as long as I don't quit, I'm going to win. Okay? I'm just here to tell you that. And you can too. As long as you don't quit, you're going to win, because that's the game. That's the game that we're in. That's the game that I'm in. It's the game of business. And I look around and I see other folks out there who are, they're got bigger businesses than I do, or they're making more money than I am. And the cold hard truth to myself is they're better at the game of business than I am at this stage in our life. Okay? What I'm committed to is to the growth of it, to the journey. And so much of this journey is extremely difficult, but man, I'm having fun with it. Okay? Man, I'm learning a lot about myself, and I'm learning a lot about my people. And when I'm able to stop and slow down enough to really look around at the landscape, I'm able to realize that God has me right where He wants me, and that each and every day I am growing towards becoming a better version of Red Taylor. And so that's extremely important. But without the mental frame, without being able to reframe failure, I would go down a dark path. I would turn into this guy with a loser mentality, because y'all, honestly, man, I'm not winning as much as I'm failing on this particular journey right now. So reframing those losses, reframing those failures is very, very important. The next thing that I'm learning how to do, and that I would encourage everyone to do, is to learn how to visualize your success. Okay? So the power of mental rehearsal. Think about this, okay? How many times have you seen yourself doing an activity, doing a job, doing something, and it being joyful? You doing it in a manner in which you love, okay? You represent yourself out there snow skiing down a mountain, and you see yourself doing it in the best manner because you want to go snow skiing, okay? You see yourself driving a race car, going really, really fast, and you see it in such a joyful, enlightening light, okay? Why don't we do that with our business? Why don't we do that with our relationships? Well, I contend that the power of visualization and mental rehearsal is extremely, extremely important for us to be able to reach our goals and achieve the successes, okay? Think about a baseball player, okay? And I've coached a lot of baseball players, and they have trouble hitting. I mean, hitting a baseball, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, it's got to be the hardest thing in sports, okay? That thing's coming at you at 90 miles an hour, and it goes, and the other one goes, and it goes, and so it's moving. It's not like a golf ball. Golf ball, you set a golf ball on a tee, it's sitting right here, boom, you hit it, and it's still really, really hard. Baseball's moving, and those guys, it is hard to hit. And I'm telling you, you want to talk about having to reframe failure, a baseball player has to reframe failure so much. And so one of the things, they used to say, Coach, I'm having a hard time hitting. Well, my question is, how are you seeing the ball? Okay. And then if they answer me, well, I'm seeing it well. I see it coming in. I say, okay, well, what viewpoint are you seeing it from? Okay. Imagine yourself, I'll go back and I'll say, imagine yourself, visualize yourself barreling up a baseball. Okay, close your eyes right now. And visualize, rehearse, mental rehearsal, visualizing yourself hitting a home run, hitting a baseball just as square and as hard as you can. And they're like, oh yeah, I got it. Okay, I see it. Okay. Now, the next question I want to ask them is, from what perspective do you see yourself? Are you here holding the bat? Are you in the stands? Are you looking at yourself? Because that makes a ton of difference, okay? From what perspective are we utilizing our visualization tools, okay? So put yourself in a situation where you visualize yourself making the call, okay, saying the right words, making the sale, okay, closing the deal, and rehearse that over and over and over again, Okay? That is going to enable us to have a direct path toward achieving our goals and achieving our excellence. Also in your relationships, okay? Because let's face it, we all have a lot of struggles in our relationships. Marriage, we know that marriage is a very, very difficult relationship, probably the most difficult relationship that in the human existence, right? I mean, 50% of marriages end in divorce, and then I think another 40% of them are very, very unhappily, okay? Well, how much time and effort and work do we put into visualizing ourselves saying the right thing to our spouse, giving our spouse the right amount of attention, the right amount of support? We don't. It's us. It's me. Okay? So use that visual, that power of visualization, the power of mental rehearsal to put yourself in an empowering position that gives you the opportunity to achieve and succeed on the highest scale possible. The next thing that I've learned how to do is to manage my fear mindset. Okay, so what does that mean? So we all have fears. We all have things that we're scared of, right? We all have things that we're intimidated by. We all have things that are that boogeyman that's out there that we can't overcome. Okay, and so how do we manage that fear and that mindset? I believe it's how we talk to ourselves. I believe it's the things that we say to ourselves. You know, there was an optometrist down in South Florida, and this has been years ago, and I think that someone has broken the record. And the gentleman's name was Dr. David Gibbs, and he was the first person ever to complete a double Ironman in 2 days. Okay, I don't even know what an Ironman is, but it sounds like it's absolutely grueling and difficult, one of the most difficult physical feats that a human can. And when he did it, he was 59 years old. And so after he did the second one and broke the record, the media was there and they had the microphone out in front of it. And they said, you know, doctor, how did you do it? What were you able to do? How did you accomplish this amazing feat that no one else in the history has ever been able to do? And he said, you know, I learned and able to accomplish this amazing feat and overcome my fear and overcome my pain and my anguish and the limits that I had on myself. I learned and I decided to quit listening to what my mind was telling me and instead start telling my mind what I needed to hear. So how many times have we heard and told ourselves, you're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. I can't do that. I don't have enough money. I can't do that. I don't come from a good family. I can't do that. I'm too fat. I can't do that. I'm too ugly. Hey everybody, Red Taylor here, and I wanted to remind you that if at any time you're interested in shopping your health insurance or life insurance rates, my team of experts work for my viewers for free. So reach out to us, click the link in the description at redtailorinsurance.com, and we'll go to work. We'll see if we can save you a ton of money and upgrade your benefits. If we can't, we're going to tell you, hey, stay right where you are. What you have is working, and we're happy for you. If things ever change, let us know. So reach out. We're happy to help. Enjoy the show. I can't do that. I'm not talented enough. I can't do that. I'm not in that group. I'm not in that social group. Okay? Well, when we tell ourselves that, guess what? We are actually going into a state of that being true. So in order to manage that fear and that disempowering mindset, we have to learn self-talk techniques that give us an opportunity to prosper, to achieve, to succeed, to chase greatness, to become excellent. Well, what are those? Okay, I am able. I am capable. I am worthy. Okay, I am powerful. I am gifted. I am the favor of God. I am a child of God. Okay, I am talented. I am good looking. Okay? Okay? I am, I can, I will. Start telling yourself these things. Okay? I am enough. I am enough. And look in the mirror and tell yourself these affirmations every day and watch what happens in your life. Tony Robbins, one of the greatest self-improvement, personal development, positivity speakers in the history of the world. In the history of the world, this guy has impacted millions upon millions of people. He gives his beginning. He started with self-affirmations. Well, what are self-affirmations? I can, I will, I have, I am able. All of those things that your mama would say to you. Baby, you can do that. Okay? Son, you are good enough to do that. Daughter, you are pretty enough. Okay? All of those things that your mama would tell you to say about you, say it to yourself. Say it to ourselves. Look yourself in the mirror. Daily, give yourself those positive affirmations and watch how you're able to manage your fears, and your failures. Watch how your life changes. Give yourself 30 days. I challenge you right now, 30 days of I cans, I wills, I'm ables, and watch how your life changes. Okay? The next thing, the fourth thing that I believe is extremely important in handling failures and putting ourselves in a situation to deal with our failures and our fears is how we care. How do you care? How do you genuinely care about your endeavor? How do we care about what we're doing? Okay? Do you have genuine authenticity on how you care about the people that you're dealing with, the products that you're selling, the relationships that you have, the goals that you've allowed to set yourself? Okay? Caring deeply gives you an internal investment. When you care deeply about your endeavor, your goals, okay, your business, your job, your team, your wife, your husband, your children, your friends, your employees, your products, okay, when you care deeply, genuinely and deeply, this gives you an absolute direct pathway that drives you to seek excellence in those endeavors. So why don't we care deeply? Why don't we give ourselves the permission to care deeply and become vulnerable about that? Because it's that vulnerability, right? Because we don't want to get hurt. At the end of the day, our entire life is trying to manage and minimize the hurt and the pain, right? The failure, the tough times, the setbacks, the roadblocks, the heartaches, okay? I contend that is a position that enables us to never truly fulfill the enrichment and impactfulness that God has out there for us, that awaits us on the other side of that hurt and that pain and that setback and that downfall. Okay? Give yourself the permission to learn how to care deeply about the things that matter the most. And I'm telling you, it's going to give you a direct pathway, a direct direction towards reaching your goals and being successful. Okay? And then the last one that I believe has been very, very effective for me is basically just being able to understand what failure is. Okay? What is failure? What are setbacks? What are downfalls? What are losses? And how am I able to put this into perspective that gives me the opportunity to turn that setback, that failure, that loss into victory? Okay? And I believe that's by turning it into having this perspective that I can turn that into a lesson learned. Into, hey man, I did this over here. It didn't work. It cost me whatever my energy, my resources, my emotional investment was. It cost me that. Okay? And so now I'm going to go and I'm going to make some changes here. Valuable insight, valuable adjustments. And I'm going to go repurpose and redo the thing over here. And so, once again, I'm not quitting. We're not going to quit, no matter what happens, okay? As long as there's a dice to roll, as long as there's a play to play, as long as we're able to get back up and come back in here and do it another day, I'm not going to quit. That's not in my DNA, ever, ever, ever. No way, okay? And it's not in your DNA either. You're not going to quit. You're not going to. We don't quit. We're not quitters. Okay? Too many times, think about this. Too many times, we're knocking it down. We're chopping that wood. We're chiseling away at the rock. We're chiseling away at the rock. We're chipping away at that wood. And we get so close. We put so much work and so much effort into it. And we decide that it's never going to pan out for us. It's never going to pay off. And so we quit that endeavor and we turn and we go over here. And little do we know that the prize is right on the other side. It's one more day. It's one more swing. It's one more chop. It's one more effort. And so that's my challenge to each and every one of you. Don't quit. Keep getting back up. Get in the game. Play another play, okay? Go back and be the father that you're supposed to be tomorrow. You screwed it up today. I get it, okay? I've done it many, many times, okay? Be the wife that your husband needs you to be. Listen, he needs you to lift him up. He needs you to inspire him and encourage him to be the man that he needs to be. That you need him to be, that the kids need him to be, that his company needs him to be. That comes from you, Mom. Okay? Dad, your wife needs you to instill confidence in her, to instill that worthiness in her, to make her understand that without her, you're nothing. You can't do it without her. She's the best thing that's ever happened to you. She's beautiful. She's the best mother, okay? And all of the things that the people in our life are waiting for us, but we're so selfish and self-centered that we hold them inside and we don't give them away. Those are the types of things that are keeping us away from our joy, keeping us away from our goals and our success. So hopefully those 4 or 5 tools will resonate with you guys and help you along your way. I believe that everybody has the ability to overcome their failures, to overcome their setbacks, and to continue along the journey to seek and achieve the excellence and the goals that they desire. And if there's anything that we can do to help you here, you can find us down in the comments at Red Hot Reed at Red Taylor Insurance.